Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
You're listening to The Razor's Edge. My name's Matt, and I am here at Uprising Festival with Sugar Horse. How are you today?
I'm good, thanks. I'm Ash. Nice to speak to you.
Good to speak to you too, Ash. So, we're here. You're on a little bit later on the third stage, and just put out a single on Pelagic Records. Mm-hmm. How's that campaign been for you?
Yeah, it's good. We're doing a super long one, so I think overall it will be like 8 months lead up campaign, which I'm a very impatient man, so it's probably about 7.5 months longer than I'd like it to be. But
right,
but yeah, it's going good so far. It's a good reception, and like Pelagic they have quite a strong following of people that are just into whatever they put out. So it's always nice to, as soon as they kind of announced us, people from that like world started listening to us, which is pretty cool.
Has that been the main difference from working with them to your previous labels who've put out your music, would you say?
Well, yeah, the previous labels we've worked with is we have either put out our own records or we put out the first album and an EP with a label called Small Pond from Brighton.
Right, okay.
They're no longer a like functioning label anymore, but the guy who ran that label is now our like manager.
Oh, sweet.
My business partner and stuff. So it's kind of been the same the whole time. So yeah, it's very different because I guess we're working with someone else and it's not just all in-house.
Yeah. You said on the description of the album that the songs have been maybe a little bit more direct than last time. What was that like? Kind of, was that a conscious decision, or did you just feel like?
Yeah, super conscious. Most things in this band tend to be very like planned out in advance. So I think beforehand we wanted to do something that wasn't quite like the first album is like 9 tracks long, but still manages to crack an hour. You know? So we wanted something that was a little shorter, but like almost like pop songs in a way. A lot they get to the point a lot faster, and it's like. It's a cool songwriting challenge, you know. Mm-hmm. Like we've done the long 9-minute thing,
of course,
quite a few times now. So
I'd say that you don't really neatly fit the metal band, although you are a heavy band. Do you find that some bills that you put on you go down better, and then some other ones the crowd doesn't really understand you as well? It's
impossible to gauge at this point. Sometimes you think you're going to go down really well and it's like it's fine, you know. Mm-hmm. And sometimes you think, this might be like, I don't know, a bit too metal for us, I don't know. And you play and like people really love it and they get it, you know. And so it's impossible to tell at this point, which is cool because it kind of keeps you on your toes. You're not like the worst thing is turning up to a show and being like, I know this is going to be bad, and then it turns out to be bad, and then that's like the worst, right?
Yeah, sure.
So it's nice to be surprised still. Nice that it's still unpredictable.
I feel like Bristol lends itself quite nicely to that kind of thing as a scene. I mean, it's not a city that I'm from, but my friends who are down there, it feels like they're quite open to genre bending and doing something a little bit niche to stand out. You know. Yeah,
definitely. I said it a bit, but like I think one of the golden rules in Bristol, if you're in a band, is that it kind of has to not sound like the other bands in Bristol. Yeah. Like you tend to get the piss taken out of you quite a lot by other bands if you've just ripped something else, you know, or you're just like a genre band, you know. Yeah. So that's one of the many good things about Bristol, I think.
Mm-hmm. Brilliant. I did want to say I love your song titles. Is that part of the kind of, I don't know, for me there's like a big divide between, you know, the music itself, which is quite emotive and quite, you know, feels quite serious, then you've got quite a dry sense of humour on the other side too.
Yeah, I mean, it like well, we're all like kind of came of age, so to speak, with stuff with like noise rock and post rock and math rock stuff that all had like silly like one-liner joke titles anyway. So it kind it kind of comes from that. But then also like, I don't know, it's real easy to have a band of this ilk, and all the songs are called like the most po-faced thing, and like it's fine if you're into that, but I couldn't sustain that level of seriousness for long periods of time. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's part of that as well. It's just not taking yourself too seriously.
Right, fair enough. Respect that. Okay, well, who else are you hoping to catch today at Uprising?
I'm excited to play on the same stage as Discharge.
Of course,
so good. So,
coming from a punk-leaning environment.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. I've come across them a couple times before, like in a live scenario, and it's always fun. So I'm excited to see them, mate. It's gonna be good.
They bring the intensity, don't they?
Yeah.
Excellent. Well,
nice.
Thanks for your time, Ash.
Cheers, man.
It's been good to speak.
Thanks so much.
This has been Sugar Horse for the Razor's Edge at Uprising.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with all of our interviews by subscribing to our channel. For all the latest news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website, www.therazorsedge.rocks.